That's a body count amplifier multiplier.
Okay, no.
I'm sorry. If you a dude who's got a chest tattoo with what is that symbol?
Sorry
with
to
the
Radioactive.
toxic symbol?
Isaiah Maxwell is an OG in the
He's an
industry,
amazing
and I will
person.
not let you say anything negative about that man.
It's not even him. It could be anybody. It's just a tattoo. I don't even know the guy. No beef.
I feel like looking at you, you look like a very average individual. Not saying in a bad way, like saying like you look like you're not. Not saying in a bad way, like, I'm saying if I saw you on the street, I wouldn't be like, oh, this man is
grimy.
Yeah, but I'm saying you could be grimy. I've met a lots of people who look average, and they're the freakiest of the freaks. And especially girls who like are the girls back door with the glasses on. Those are the freakiest ones. So what I'm saying is like
Okay, go ahead.
What?
No, go ahead.
I feel like just judging someone. I don't care what, as long as you're showered and tested. I don't care what your background is. That's me.
Sure.
Also, why is all the heat on me right now with this picture? And then we have like
you came into the conversation. But no, look, and by the way, just to be clear, you were like, oh my God, don't talk shit. I don't know the guy. Whatever. He's an adult
he's
actor.
like an award-winning.
He's been around for 20. He's been doing this for 20.
That's like
Got
for
an
males
Oscar.
in the industry. That's like difficult. It's not
No,
just.
it was more so the tattoo,
Yeah,
I guess, because like the radioactive toxic tattoo. I don't know. I feel like
So they
that's an
I
indicator.
feel like you guys should go try and do corn for just
No,
a
I'm
little
good.
bit and see how it goes
I'm
for
good.
you.
No, plus Isaiah and
Because it
Donnie
ain't
and all them.
as easy as it
But
seems.
I mean, what I would say though, I mean, since you did elaborate that he is a star, any girl who's dealt with a star, no offense to male porn stars, that's grimy.
to
Okay,
you,
so
Why is it grimy?
So is he
like,
not grimy?
It's,
Well,
it's
because
okay if it's
first
grimy,
off,
but why is it grimy? Like,
most
what
of the
makes you
people,
grossed out
most of
about
the people in the traditional industry, they have herpes, or they will get herpes. So that's grimy on the STD front. The STD rate in the adult industry is pretty high. They're going to deny it, but it is. Otherwise, if
we
if
get tested every 14 days.
right, but why do you get tested?
Because we're having
And-
sex with multiple people all the time.
And do they test for HPV and herpes? It's not full panel testing, right?
they
There-
do
there are
not
a lot
test
of
for
personal-
HPV or.
There are a lot of personal tests that people take too, but people
But the industry mandated STD tests, do you need to test for herpes or HPV?
HPV, yes.
HPV, yes?
On TTS, yeah, I'm like 99%. sure.
I mean, if it comes
Plus-
go get my
plus-
phone, I
if
can
you
pull
don't
out a
have-
list.
We
Have you guys
look
got
at
it?
mycoplasma
Have you guys, like, got
genitalium and
anything?
ureaplasma genitalium, which most of these guys don't even know what that is.
Herpes?
No.
So like,
Really?
but
Really?
with Isaiah and Donnie and stuff, they've used the industry to fund their other businesses. Like they started Pornobis, which is a cannabis company, and they own these shops and stuff. So they make transitions. Sometimes the industry
I
can be a
actually have
transition.
had nothing. There's
Anyway.
this thing called Imgen. You guys, I don't know if
Mycoplasma
you've had more than
genitalium.
like one sexual partner, you probably have an Imgen. And
Imgen?
who knows what that is?
That's a new thing.
Nobody knows what that is. No one can explain it
bacteria.
properly to me.
The
And
subactive
anyways, I'm not going to
Ebola
get into this
of
because I don't even
STDs.
know.
Everyone that's like a new thing everyone has.
She's clean and she's not grimy. We're not going to talk about her like that, okay?
I'm just saying, if a girl has dealt with well, I mean, you guys are in this industry, so of course you're sleeping with these men, but even if she was a civilian and she a star, that's a body count multiplier for the chick. She done a grimy dude. Any guy who's been in the industry is a grimy dude. I'm not saying that to be mean, but if you're in the industry, like, no offense.
Yeah, and once I quit my 9-to-5 and did this industry, I multiplied my salary by like 5. So also a multiplier, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Congrats.
I don't know. I don't think it's a
What
grimy
good
industry.
does it? I'm not a Christian, but I take great inspiration from the Bible, and I think it goes something along the lines of, "What good is it for a man to gain the world if it's at the cost of his soul?"
Right.
Well, what if it's for supporting your family?
Well, there's other
You
ways you
sell
can
your
support
okay.
your
No,
family.
well, hold on.
You can't on the salary
Sell your
without
soul.
a degree.
I'm
All
just
right.
saying, that's an exchange.
Name-
Though. That's an energy.
name one-
I'm not in a position to name you what
Exactly.
industry or what job, but it's still there's a moral exchange here, and I do believe that there's a spiritual reality, and it does have a spiritual impact.
Right.
The more you engage in it, so
No,
yeah,
I
you're
agree.
getting money. That in the Bible we call that mammon. And so you can't worship mammon and worship God. And so, yeah, there's an exchange there. I'm not saying you don't make the money. I'm not saying you can't help your family. Maybe you could do really wonderful things with the money, but the way you made the money is an exchange of yourself in some way or another.
Yeah, but that's every job.
No.
Yes.
No, you can
Yes.
be, no, you can
You-
do, no.
1000%.
There's no sin in being a craftsman. There's no sin in being
But
a
look,
carpenter. There's no sin in being a
as somebody
plumber.
who-
No, you sell your soul to any job
No,
that you do,
you're not
especially now
selling
in
your
this
soul.
economy. Are you kidding?
So-
Yeah, with inflation and prices, which I had the
Damn, these
statistics all written
electricians just
anyway.
fucking
Selling their soul out
just-
here.
God damn, bro.
Yeah,
these
but
elec-
ask how much free
Talking
time they
about-
have. Yeah, they're selling their soul.
Talking about a one-person household.
Damn, these
like,
bricklayers,
you're-
just every brick, bro, every brick just chopping away at the soul.
Can I say something? I feel like it's different for like modern women versus women in the past, because in the past women didn't have options. You know, like nowadays women can get jobs and do something else with their life, but
Yeah, we
in the
couldn't
past,
vote.
yeah.
We couldn't own a home.
These people laying concrete every
No, you're-
fucking
you're right,
mile
they
of
couldn't vote, they
concrete.
couldn't own a home.
yeah, like you couldn't get a job as a woman in the past. So like a lot of women would do like things like that out of desperation, like to feed their families, like, and that was different. Like
These
now,
damn
we
gardeners
have
fucking
options.
mowing lawns and shit.
Like,
Every grass
yeah.
of lawn,
She's
every
talking.
blade of grass cut, losing a bit of their soul.
Can I? Okay, question. And like the money, the aspect, the fame of that, do you like believe like in heaven? Like, do you believe in God? Like, because at the end of the day, like I look at it as what I have in this world dies here with me. I'm not taking my money. I'm not taking my fame. I'm not taking art, like anything, objects here.
These
Yeah.
accountants making sure people don't get by the IRS. Their soul is getting demolished.
And I was trying to answer, but they kept talking, so I couldn't. So I just waited. I've been a Christian my entire life.
These
and
fishermen, every fish.
Oh my
Been in the
gosh.
industry for 8 years. I quit several times trying to trust God that He would pay my bills and my family. Like, I support my family. I don't want to get into specifics for my mom's respect and everything, but like, you know, we grew up in extreme poverty, like foreclosed trailer, like very poor. And I stuck behind and helped. And like, I've been able to provide not just for her, but for other people. And on top of that, there's been girls in the industry I've met who, if I wasn't around and talked to them about my faith and my experiences and helped them, they were spiraling down a very bad, like, you know, mental health space. And I feel like everything happens for a reason. So if you believe in God and you believe that all things can happen for good, then why can't you believe that at the end of the day, you might be placed in this position temporarily because you are helping those people and you are helping to better not just yourself.
These lumberjacks,
I'm not
every tree they
religious.
chop down.
I got a question for
down.
you.
Okay.
So when you read the Samaritan
soul.
at the well, when Christ talks with her, does he say, "Oh, you've been sleeping with all this men, you've been an adulterer. Just continue to do that. It may work out really well, and something providential will occur." Or does he say, "Sin no more"? Like, is it wrong that you continue to engage in it as a Christian? From your perspective, I mean, obviously, from mine, it is wrong, and so. Christ's message isn't like, don't ever judge, never criticize any sort of action. Everybody's wonderful. And look, something really grand. And if you don't make enough money, well, just go ahead and do it because I can't bless you enough to make sure I can give you enough financial stability for whatever. That's not the message of the gospel. The message of the gospel is to not commit sin.
So when Jesus was asked, what is the most important law or rule in the Bible, what were the two he named?
Love your neighbor as yourself and love God with all your heart.
Okay.
And so are you loving your neighbor as yourself when you contribute to an industry that we just talked about, that's shifting cultural values, degrading tradition, shifting sexual dynamics between men and women? Is that loving your neighbor as yourself?
You could say the same for employees of companies that cause a lot of damage and toxic waste and
Agreed.
health problems to people.
And that
I
would
mean,
be sinful.
That's like saying,
That would
like,
be
oh, if you
sinful.
work for McDonald's, you don't love your
No.
neighbor as thyself because it's killing people with
These damn burger
diabetes. And
flippers.
That is not. So you're saying. So
Double
you're saying.
double their
it's
soul.
all
A big-
perspective.
A Big Mac is the same thing as corn. Is that what you're
No,
saying?
I'm saying
there's
you're
there's
trying
no
to-
I mean, the
spectrum
seven
here.
deadly sins. I don't know. I'm not religious. I'm doing this for selfish
You're
reasons.
trying-
I don't know.
You're
I
trying
want money
to-
for myself. Like,
Because you're
sorry.
trying to blame
These
one
goddamn
aspect of it.
software
Blaming
engineers
anybody. My
making
point is just that there
programs.
has to be an objective morality.
I
That's
agree.
all I'm saying.
However, I think that in my certain circumstance, and I can't speak for other women, they may want the fame, they may want the attention and whatever. I know for myself, I decided I'm going to sacrifice and do whatever I need to on a selfless level for the people that I love and care about. And if that at the end of the day tells God that I'm not worthy of going to heaven, then like so be it. But I'm going to continue to do what feels right because, you know, for everything you do, guard your heart above all. It's for everything you do flows from it. Proverbs,
Okay.
4:23.
These damn
I have a
Astro
religious
truckers.
thing. I have a religious question. This
Let's
is
hear
like
it.
honest, and I'm not trying to. Yeah, like I'm
Fucking
genuinely
losing your
asking this.
souls,
Okay.
boys, out there in Alaska.
Oh my god, and I like